the green group of the Caterham Academy Championship in action this weekend on the Donington Park Grand Prix circuit, a track that always produces some spectacular racing. We've seen some great racing already this year. Alex Conway leads the points by 14 over David Morgan, but a win last time has brought Dimitris Melas into the equation. He's fourth, not that far back. Well, it is the points leader Conway on pole position then for our race here at Donington Park, with James Venning alongside him. Alex Conway's big championship rivals, though, are some way further down the grid. David Morgan 7th, William Brunt is 6th, Dimitris Melas in 5th. So things looking good for the championship leader with just 2 races to go. On board here with Ben Miller, who lines up 4th on the grid as we get ready to go racing then. The green group of the Caterham Academy Championship gets underway here at Donington Park. Good start made by the looks of it from Venning on the outside of row 1. Yes, the green number 18 car I think might lead into Redgate Corner. Conway is fighting back. The second phase of the start better for the pole sitter. Wheel to wheel into the first right-hander. They will run side by side further back though, 1 or 2 running wide. David Morgan's in the gravel, so too Dave Curry with our onboard camera, who unfortunately will fall outside the top 10 as a result. And also off is David Gracie. He has to dig his way out of the gravel trap. Rejoins, but a long way behind the rest of the pack, which is now making its way through the old hairpin for the first time. He'll get safely through this part of the track. It's a very easy place to go wide. The 3-car of Nigel Atkins there coming through, slightly wayward of the exit. Speaking of wayward, some very, very sideways all-action stuff at the top of the hill from some of our front runners, taking advantage of all of that. The number 48 car gaining a place by virtue of being essentially the only driver to get through the corner without getting sideways. That was Richard Hall gaining 1 more spot in his quest to escape from the midfield battling, which is always extremely intense, particularly in the early stages of these races. Leaders then head down the exhibition straight, past the exhibition centre there on the left, and back on board with Dave Curry now. We're close enough to have a go under braking into the chicane. I don't think we are, so taking the middle ground anyway into the corner, through the left, through the right, side by side for second place here. James Venning trying to go around the outside of Ben Miller, to no avail though into that particular corner. It is one of the better overtaking opportunities on the track though, but it's also one of the places where things can go wrong. We sometimes end up with contact, some interesting lines being taken there. Dave Curry gets sideways, nearly gets sideswiped by Graham Hetherington in the black number 60 car on the inside. Dave now desperately trying to get back over to the inside again to defend. Because of that loss of momentum, these are not the most powerful of cars. And of course, like all Caterhams, not particularly aerodynamic, so it's all about carrying the speed through the corners, keeping that momentum up. If you have a moment, it can cost you dear. So on my side into Redgate Corner, for second race are James Venning and Ben Miller. Venning, the green car, going right around the outside. You can see the extra momentum that he was able to carry off the corner. Will pull him past as they go through Hollywood. Curves now, left-hander over the curb, which is so brave, but it's definitely the quickest way through the corner. Now, Venning in qualifying was a full second slower than Alex Conway, the pole sitter and now race leader. So, based on that, it's perhaps unlikely that these two are going to catch the leader. But if they work together, they've got half a chance of doing so. Doesn't look, though, like Miller has any intention of doing that. He's attacking up the inside, and that maybe forces a mistake out of James Venning, who slides out wide into the gravel trap and will lose at least 2 positions, maybe more. Yep, he's going to lose, possibly dropping now to the top 5 now. Here's what happened, got on the dirty side of the road, too much speed, couldn't stop the car. The rest was history. Well, a bit later in the race now, and they're back together again because Benjamin Miller has had a moment, dropped down the order. He's now trying once again to get past the 18 of James Venning, but James has the inside of the chicane and gets into the corner, still in front. So Ben Miller, the number 72 car, frustratedly not able to get back ahead. He's now under pressure because there's a car behind us, you can see, ducking and diving in the wing mirrors. It's the number 88 car, by the looks of it, of William Brunt. So William not able to get up the inside, but it's been a lively race between particularly these two. Was for second place, but after their various moments, they have now dropped down the order a little bit further. Back on board with Benjamin Miller into the final corner, tentatively turning in. These cars, remember, are on tyres that are very similar to, well, they aren't road legal tyres. These cars are all road legal. Many of them drive the cars to the circuits, and so the tyres don't yield as much grip as a full racing tyre would. Really have to be gentle with the steering application through particularly the high speed corners. Here's the next group along, 48, Richard Hall in front of this one, with number 80 Peter Martin just behind him. The brakes, then number 13 Roger Gaunt, and then side by side behind them, number 42 inside there, Oliver Smith gaining a place at the expense of Dave Curry, but Dave now fights back again down the inside through Hollywood. right-hander, then the left again at the Craner curves. The move is now completed then, so through goes Oliver Smith. Dave Curry will now try and fight back if he can. Remember, Dave had that grassy moment earlier on in the race, first corner. And ever since, really, has been trying to work his way back to the front. Closer to the front then, Demetrius Melas, the number 2 car, is in second place at the moment, but James Venning is back with him again now. Demetrius benefited from the moment that Venning had earlier on, got into what was at the time third, then second place, having got past this man, Benjamin Miller. And if James Venning doesn't do this quickly, then Ben might be able to catch him as well. Demetrius Melas, championship contender at the moment though, but he might be about to lose that second place because it does look as though James Venning is possibly going to have a better run out of the chicane. James doesn't really have a championship to think about either. He's some way back in the points, so too actually is Miller. So Melas, maybe of the three of them, is the one that has to be a bit more careful with regards to point scoring. Indeed, he didn't want to fight that too hard there once Venning was up the inside at the hairpin. He left the door open and allowed him to take the place. Of course, if there's a chance for Melas to take the position back, I'm sure he will do. To the hairpin, sideways there for Venning as he goes through the tight left-hander back onto the pit straight again. Drops there, pulling away now though from William Brunt, slightly behind. Now can Melas get back in the tow here across the start-finish line? Maybe have a go under braking for Redgate corner. Doesn't even think about ducking out of line, so they stay as they were. Venning now back through into second position. Top of the hill they go then, down the other side to the Craner curves. As things stand, there is Alex Conway, the yellow car, the race leader, by a comfortable margin as well, so it's unlikely he's going to get caught. So this 14-point lead that he had coming into the round over David Morgan looks set to increase because David has not had one of his best weekends so far. He's running a bit further down the order towards the tail end of the top 10 at the moment, so this could be the weekend in which we see Alex Conway maybe put one hand on the championship trophy. Still a bit of racing to do though. We'll get changed. We're back with Miller and he's caught now Melas and Venning. Venning was defending there, which sort of stacked up Melas behind him, and that's allowed Miller now to get up the inside into Coppice corner, but Dimitri closes the door and they very, very nearly made contact. Thankfully they avoided any wheel banging, partly because Miller, I think, backed out of it in order to ensure that they didn't hit each other. He's back in the slipstream again now, over the hump in the road. You can see the way it moves the driver around in the car. And again, as it turns left, really working away at the wheel, right as well. It seems to take quite a lot to get the car turning, and then once it does start turning, it seems to want to slide and slide right the way through, so you've got to manage that then through the corner. This is why it's such a great entry-level form of motor racing though, because it teaches you everything you need to know about car control, racecraft, car setup as well to an extent, although they're fairly simple in the way that they are set up. Inside there, into the hairpin, goes the number 80 car, that was, I believe, wasn't it, of Peter Martin gaining a spot. We're on board with Dave Curry, and he's now caught the number 30 of Roger Gaunt. He's looking to the inside, into the hairpin at Goddard, but Roger's trying to come across the cover. There's a gap. Dave Curry has committed to it. Oh, and that forces the error out of Gaunt, who didn't want to give way. And Roger locks up and runs wide. I think that he kept it on the black stuff, but he has lost the place. Here's the replay, look. So Roger sees Dave Curry coming, gradually moves over, and he really wants to fully close the door, but he's just not sure whether he's clear or not. He wasn't in the end, and then realised that the only way to hang on to the place was to brake a bit late, but that was a bit too late, and so Dave Curry is able to go through. Down through the Craner curves they go, really twitching around as they go into the old hairpin, and back at the inside goes Richard Hall, trying to take the place away now from Dave Curry. So Dave has been gaining places through the middle portion of the race, but now in danger possibly of losing a couple more, because also a part of this group is Peter Martin. So 3 cars together, up the hill. Oh, that's too late on the brakes though. That's exactly what we saw happen earlier on. Sideways through the gravel, a nice save there for Richard Hall. That's exactly what James Venning did earlier on at McLean's. You're travelling quite steeply uphill into that corner, so you think you can carry more speed into the corner than you can, but unfortunately that was a little bit too much there. So he drops back now into the clutches once more of Roger Gaunt, also recovering from his moment. Here is the race leader, Alex Conway, who's easy to forget about. He's had a flawless race so far, hasn't put a wheel wrong, and he's got this very comfortable lead. About 6 or 7 seconds he is now ahead of James Venning, still in second place. And Demetrius Melas third, ahead of Ben Miller. That's still the order between those two. Alex Conway, the number 6 car, as we've seen so many times this year, out in front. He finished second back at the sprint at Kerber that opened the account of the season. But then in the 3 races we've had so far this year, he's had 2 wins, Cadwell Park and Alton Park, and then a second place last time out at Snetterton, but with the fastest lap, so he still scored some good points. Now here he is looking odds-on maybe for the race victory, and if things finish as they are now, it will actually be Dimitris Melas that moves onto his tail in the championship if he can fend off Ben Miller to the flag, which I think he probably will, because Miller just had a big moment through McLean, so Dimitris Melas there, the orange car, should be able to hang on to second place. Alex Conway, though, is coming out of the final corner to see the checkered flag for the 3rd time in 2019 and to extend his championship lead. Conway wins it then, and the eventual winning margin is going to be getting on for 10 seconds. I think James Venning had a topsy-turvy race, but will end up in second place, whilst Dimitris Melas will round out the podium places, and as I said, that should be enough to put him second place in the points, heading to the next round at Silverstone next time out. 2 races to go though, and it's Alex Conway who's looking odds-on favourite for the title. That race victory was exactly what he needed. Venning second and Melas third. Ben Miller was 4th and William Brunt in 5th, whilst David Morgan loses second place in the championship as he finishes down in 8th.
Yeah, really good for the championship. Only 2 rounds left for us now because we've got the extra one at Silverstone. So hopefully I can hold on to the lead. With drop scores, James is right behind me, so it's going to be very close.
Another race victory for Conway means he's 22 points clear of Melas in the championship race. David Morgan and William Brunt are tied for 3rd. We have just 2 races to go though, looking good for Conway. Well, next time out we will be at Silverstone as the championship could be wrapped up by Alex Conway. Join us then to see if he does it.